Now, fear has taken hold of Utonkon District in Ado local government area of Benue State following the abduction of 9 worshippers from St. John's Catholic Church in Ojije. The victims were taken during a night vigil on Saturday, February 7, when gunmen stormed the church. The abducted worshippers are reportedly teenagers who were unarmed at the time of the attack. The kidnappers are said to be demanding 30 million naira ransom for their release. Mothers within the community, visibly distressed, are leading calls for the immediate release and safe return of their children, appealing to both the government and security agencies to act swiftly. Families and community leaders are urging the state government to intervene urgently, secure the freedom of the abducted worshippers, and improve protection for vulnerable communities. Joining us now to help us unpack the security implications of this disturbing incident is a security analyst and founder, Community Development and Rights Advocacy Foundation, Steven Kefas. Steven, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us, Steven. Now, from your assessment, Steven, what does this abduction in Benue tell us about the current state of insecurity in Nigeria's rural communities?
Well, in one sentence, the abduction goes a long way to show that nothing is changing despite the so-called effort we hear about from the government. But the reality is that nothing is really changing. People are being abducted in rural communities, and not just Benue. Yesterday in Benue State, Kagarko local government area to be precise, 31 persons were abducted from Kutaho and Vigil community. You know, these things are happening almost on a daily basis. Some you get to see it on the news, some you don't get to see it on the news. So it shows that nothing is changing and things are actually getting worse across the country.
Now that doesn't seem to be the only thing that's changing. I'd like to know if you agree. Does it seem like as if places of worship are increasingly becoming targets? Like in this instance, it's a church. And I don't want to play into the international framing of Christian genocide, but what's your take?
Yeah. My take is that I think the terrorists now understand that when they target places of worship and places of learning, they seem to get the attention of the government on time. We've seen it happen in Niger when the school was attacked and school pupils were kidnapped in Papiri in Niger State. You saw the alacrity with which the government responded. But so I think the terrorists now understand that, look, when we target homes of civilians, it don't really move the government. But when we target places of worship, because of the conversation ongoing in Washington, so it seems to make the government want to react quickly. And of course, like in Kaduna, the 177 people that were abducted, you saw the speed with which government intervened and secured their release. And in fact, people who have intelligence about what really happened said huge ransom was paid to the terrorists. So the terrorists now understand that, look, when we target places of worship, we get the attention of the government on time and we get money for ransom.
So, Steven, do you think this is a direct response from the international framing of Christian genocide?
No, I don't think so. I just think that the terrorists now understood that, look, if we attack churches or schools, we get faster response from the government. They could go into a community and abduct 100 people. The government may not do anything about it. But when a church is mentioned or a mosque is mentioned, of course, then there must be a response from the government, especially at such a time when Nigeria has been redesignated a country of particular concern. So the terrorists, they also watch the news, they know what is happening, and they understand that, look, when we do this, we will get quicker response from the government.
Well, I was going to ask you another question, but unfortunately we have run out of time, so I'd have to say thank you here. But thank you very much for your expert opinion on the state of things in Benue State. Thank you.